Oh, I just can't get that image of DG out of my head in his church league on Sunday nights. What's good, everybody? Welcome in to your new favorite weekday sports and sports betting show of record. It's called Coach and Company. Now, for those of you who are getting new viewers every single day trying us out, you can find us in so many different places. We're growing big. Millions our merchandise partner. We encourage you to go there, pick up a picture of merch. That's how you can show up on the show. Also, we stream on social media. You want to watch us on X? Do that. YouTube. Yes, YouTube is big. It's not everything. We're way bigger than that, but you can watch on our BTT YouTube page. But our biggest platform, Stadium. Our partnership has been amazing. We're just getting started on all the Stadium platforms, on Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, Roku TV. The list goes on and on. We are everywhere. Now, our new website, it is done for all things Behind the Turnbuckle. Shorten it up to BTT. Go to behindtheturnbuckle.net. Everything is there. The show is sponsored by Deemer Box and Mando at shopmando.com. Now, last night, we don't spend a lot of time. Everything's on video. You know what the show does, good, bad, or indifferent. But when you just look at picks last night across the board, it was an overnight. Denver Blazers, again, second night in a row, they go to the over. Lakers, they get blown out by the Jazz. Apparently, I picked them on the wrong night because I picked them 2 nights ago. That goes to the over. So a lot of these back-to-back against the same teams, and we're going to talk about it today on the show. Nothing much changes from night to night. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Today is the last day before the All-Star break in the NBA. We've got some unique hockey with Mark coming up at the bottom of the hour. We go around the rink. And also, we've got a lot of topics in one word today. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. Better days ahead. Put them into the chat and he'll answer them for you in real time. Now, look who I have today. It's an embarrassment of riches. And I'm going to go to my man DG first. DG, last night, your Grizzlies, they get beat by 14. The over did come in, but a turn. We said yesterday they have issues with turnovers, and it reared its ugly head again. How did the post-game show go last night?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, guys. The post-game
DG?
show was moved up to halftime because it was too late for me. So your boy phoned it in and said, "Hey, we're going live at halftime." A very short show, but I knew it. The writing was on the wall. The Grizzlies weren't winning that game last night.
All right. And by the way, it looks like once again in this stupid hotel, the Wi-Fi, a little bit issues. DG will take over if for some reason I go down. Next, he is on daddy duty at the same time that he's on the show. The only 5-star chef in the game. Seabass, what's good?
Coach, company, how's everybody doing? Coach, I think you jinxed me last night by talking about my disdain for LeBron James, and then he went out there and did absolutely nothing I needed him to do last night. So yeah, no more LeBron for me. That guy, he's done. Retired. Get out of my face.
But at least his son, real quick, his son last night, Bronny James, he had 9 points. He had 9 points in the blowout last night. How about that? Wow. Yeah. All right, up next, he is our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Raphael Esparza. Good morning, Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, company. 9 points. That means my rookie card is just going up in value for James. Thanks. 9 points.
And the last man, you can see him all over the BTT brand. He's my co-host on The Last Word, which is Monday nights right here on Stadium Live at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, our pro wrestling show. And today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, our third show in the BTT studios, the Coach and Bro Show. You can see this man with Vince Russo. Say good morning to Big Tommy C. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Coach? What's up, fellas? Yeah, 2 Italians working at 1 o'clock today. That should be very interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, on your way in, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button. It really helps the show grow. Quickly, gentlemen, before we get to our best bets, DG, I'm going to come right back to you because we're starting to see more and more players talk about motivation. And last night on ESPN, Kyrie Irving, 42 out of the 111, and he said he did it for the fans in the building. The fans are pissed about Luka Doncic still. What did you make of Kyrie? Maybe the most energy and emotion I've ever seen out of him.
It's a little weird, just overall because Kyrie isn't that type of guy. Like he doesn't play for anybody, and for him to actually come out and say that was a little weird to me. But listen, Kyrie is a straight baller when he wants to be. Has one of the best handles, if not the best handle in the entire association. So whatever Kyrie wants to do, maybe it is a little motivation he needs to be the best.
Raphael, wouldn't it be nice if we got this Kyrie every single night? Because the guy I watched last night was absolutely amazing.
We could see that guy now that Luca's gone, and he finally has a home in Dallas. We don't hear anything negative of him coming out of Dallas, so maybe we are going to see the best of Kyrie Irving now that Luca's gone.
And Seabass, isn't happiness a weird thing, whether you're an athlete or you're just in a place where now everything's together, you're on the same page, you're going in the same direction, you want to build. Oh, wait, I'm talking about the Mavericks, not us. Seabass, your thoughts on Kyrie and last night?
Is that where Dallas is right now? I don't know. I Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie's going to do. That's just who he's been his entire career, and I think you can take that statement that he went out and did it for the fans as just that. I don't think he is quite happy with the Dallas organization and the moves that they've made right now. But at the same time, he understands. He knows what the fans are coming for. It's for the love of the game, and like you said, he can do whatever he wants to when he wants to. It's just a matter of does he want to.
And Tommy, even at the top, Jason Kidd, he skipped the press conference a couple of nights ago. He's so frustrated with how things are going right now. And the owner, the GM, can't even show their face at the game because they get booed out of the building.
Yeah, and I was actually watching that game last night, Coach, and they were throwing fans out of the building with signs. They were mentioning it during their commentary, so it's bananas. They're crazy. And if you can't show your face in the arena and you're the GM, you got some problems there.
Big, big time. All right, guys, we got to get to our picks. By the way, at the bottom of the hour, not only do we have NHL picks, but our man Big Chuck sent in some soccer plays as there's Europa League today. I will be delivering those. By the way, 1-1 yesterday. The worst penalty in the history of soccer happened to Atalanta in the 94th minute. That's a bad beat, ladies and gentlemen, but not today. So, Raphael, big boy, I'm coming over to you first. We got to make these a little bit quick today. Start us off.
We're going to college basketball as the first one. We're going to take UMKC South Dakota over the total at 157. You know who has the best record of cashing over tickets? South Dakota. They are the best team in college basketball. They have cashed 18 out of their 22 games this year. They're a perfect 7-0 on the over at home. South Dakota is going to put up a big number against UMKC. I like this one, especially if it goes all the way up to 158, 159. I would still bet it. Give me Chet Holmgren over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists for OKC. Now, some sites fan sites said he might not play. I researched this all morning long. I have not seen another report saying he is playing or he's not playing. If he is playing, he's going to crush this number. He's had a couple of days off. He's increasing his minutes the more he's playing. I like Chet Holmgren to get this points and rebounds. He's averaging almost 6 rebounds a game against his opponents, so I think he crushes this total if he plays.
If he plays 5 games on the docket. By the way, interesting stat from last night. It was one of 4 nights that all season, every single NBA team was on the court last night. Only 4 times it happens all year. All right, Seabass, coming over to you. What is your best bet look today?
Coach, I got one play today in the NCAA basketball men's Delaware, not Delaware State, but the Blue Hens of Delaware. First half team total over 31.5 points. They've done this in 95% of their last 20 games, 2 out of 3 versus the last 3 times they played Towson. Now, Delaware averages about almost 40 points per game, 37 on the road, while Towson is allowing 33 and almost 34 at home. Delaware only gets about 33% of their points from the three-point shot, so I'm not too concerned that they're going to be firing up a bunch of threes to get to that number and miss. Towson is the better team, better defense. They are favored in this game, but the style of play that Delaware has, we're going to get to that 32 easily in the first half.
Easily. And Thursdays is the day where teams like Delaware and Towson, they take center stage. Very few ranked teams on the court tonight in college basketball. All right, Big Tommy, coming over to you. What do you like tonight?
I got the Rockets money line minus 120, and I got the Rockets Warriors. I got the over at 220.5 at minus 110. The last time these two teams played, it was under 220, but that was out Jimmy Butler. So I think Jimmy Butler will put this 220.5 over in this game tonight.
last night, a turnover late in the game, could have sent it to overtime, and maybe if you had the over, that could have cashed. Thank you, Jimmy Butler, for nothing. Help Big Tommy out tonight. All right, Raphael, big boy, what do you got today?
I already did mine, so it's DG's turn.
Oh, my God. See, I want you so badly to be involved in this show. All right, DG, talk to me. Sorry, bud.
Sorry, you didn't want me, but I'm going to give you my picks anyway. We got Bam Adebayo over 17.5 points. It's at -130. He's had 18 points in 8 straight games going against a Dallas team that is very soft against the center position. Then we're going to go with Malik Monk, under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists at -105. He's under in 4 of the last 5 games. Third game in 4 days where he's averaging close to 40 minutes across that, but he's never went over this number versus New Orleans in his entire career in all 13 games. Why start today? We're going to go 0-14 with under this number with Malik Monk.
Do you want to do the work? That's an incredible stat, DG. An incredible stat. All right, today we're going to cash with the coach. I got round 1 plays at the Genesis. And if you turn on PGA Tour Live today at 1 p.m. Eastern time, you're going to see your boy on the marquee grouping. But you're going to say, wait a second, this isn't Riviera? No. Unfortunately, because of the wildfires, they had to move this tournament, Tigers tournament, to Torrey Pines because the setup was already there. The build-out was already there, if you are wondering. But they're going to do their very, very best. I was in the meetings yesterday to change things up, moving hole locations, moving tees back and forward to make it different than the Farmers Insurance where Harris English got the job done just 2 or 3 weeks ago. I got 3 big plays today. Round 1, Tony Finau -115 over Sam Burns. This is a big boy golf course. And Tony Finau is a big boy, and he likes playing at this golf course. So I think he gets off to a really good start. Then Hideki Matsuyama, -105 over Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas had a great finish on Sunday where he eagled, holed out on 18 from the fairway to finish his tournament. He's playing better, but this is getting off to a good start, and I do not believe JT will do that today. Then play number 3, Sanjay. Just a few weeks ago, he had a top 5 finish at this tournament. Tommy Fleetwood hasn't been on consistently leaderboards for some time. So -110, I had to jump all over it again. Round 1 plays, all 3 of these you can find at DraftKings. All right, beating the books, brought to you as always by Deemerbox. Go to deemerbox.com. Use the code COACH10 and you will get 10% off site-wide. The #1 rugged Bluetooth speaker in America, and we want you to own yours. Real quick, Raphael, do you think from a book's perspective there will be any significant difference that they're playing a big-time signature event, $20 million purse on the same course just 3 weeks apart?
Not really. I mean, viewership is going to be up because there's no football this weekend. So I don't think the golf course and all that's going to be anything different. I mean, these guys played this course before, so it's nothing big difference. But I think viewership is going to be the huge difference, and probably gambling as well. Because, again, no football, no NBA, no NHL.
Yeah, we had gambling for the first time, DG, last week in conjunction with ESPN Bet. I could have sat in that meeting yesterday forever because they were putting me over, and I always like to be put over. You know that. But now as we move forward with golf, live betting is all the rage. And in a tournament like this, it's all top players.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun with this course, but also like the tournament. The purse is so big, there is no cut. That's exciting for these guys. I know.
Let me stop you right there. There are 3 of these 8 that do have a cut, and this is one of them. You are correct, though. Signature events, most do not have a cut. This
See,
one
that's why
does.
you're the professional. I'll stay in my lane.
That's all right. The Genesis, the API, and one other one, the Invitationals, have a cut. But you are correct on the other ones. All right, gentlemen, great start. Still to come, we're playing one word. Saquon Barkley, the voice of reason, really? And AP voters, you got exposed. Also, we're going to hoop it up, play a little over-under. It is Coach and Company. We are live every single weekday right here on Stadium. We are live on Stadium and all of their platforms, Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, the biggest network in America. We are there, and Roku TV as well. If you choose to watch us on social, you can do that at our X page, or you can watch us at Millions, or you can watch us on our BTT YouTube page. Wherever you want, just come and spend the first hour of your day with us. All right, we've got a lot of topics today, and it's become the new favorite game. We like to play it almost every single day. It keeps it simple for everybody. And we want you to play along in the chat as well. It's time to play a little one word. One word. All right, gentlemen. Oh, just let it wash all over you. And as we always say, sometimes when you're not in the friendly confines, hey, the Wi-Fi is what it is. We just power through. Look at my boys on the screen right now. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in reverse order. It's going to be you, Raphael, then DG Seabass, and Tommy piggybacking. I will go last. Several topics today. We're going to start because we made a lot of the fact that the NBA, to save travel, to save wear and tear, to get players to play, are doing a lot of these back-to-backs against the same teams, which is something before last year we never, ever saw. So, Raphael, last night, Jamal Murray, a career-high 55. Second game in a row, the total soared over the number. But Jamal Murray said afterwards, because he was ejected the previous game against the Portland Trail Blazers, that he was motivated for the trash talk, that he was motivated because it was like the playoffs where you play the same team over and over and over. His own team said, hey, don't piss him off because then he's unstoppable. One word to describe Jamal Murray using the format, using the schedule to his advantage.
Vital. Because if they want to win another ship or want to catch up OKC, they need this Murray. When they won the ship, he was really good playing back-to-back with the Joker. He needs to be the 55. Even the 30 points he scored a couple games ago. He needs to be vital to get the pressure off the Joker.
My one word is finally. Like, finally that we have Jamal Murray that we used to know, right? And he has not been that guy. Team Canada, he barely played when they went overseas, but it was just like a guy that just needs to break out and get back on track. And this might be that game and what he needed to get back on track.
The word is lame. Like, why are you not doing this this is your job, sir. They are paying you to do this. And if you get to win, you get to the playoffs. If you can't get up for the playoffs and go back-to-back games, why are you playing?
I'm going to say intense. Finally, he's probably seeing it right now, and nobody talks about this team anymore with joke. Everybody talks about the Thunder. So I think he's intense. I think he's on a mission, and they really need him if they're going to move forward in the Western Conference there.
Yeah, my one word is necessary. I'm in lockstep with Seabass. Why does it take this? I know it's a grind. I know it's 82 games, but you shouldn't need this to go out there and light it up. You make $40-50 million a year. That's enough motivation for me. This is unnecessary, but I enjoyed watching because I had the over. All right, topic number 2. And I'm not a fan of a lot of players, but guys, Saquon Barkley, over the last month, I've become a huge fan of. He might be the best human being in the NFL. I don't know if anybody saw the video of him and his daughter before the Super Bowl. They had their little handshake and the whole thing. I was like, are you kidding me right now? This dude is everything. So, Raphael, he went on the Howard Stern show yesterday, and he said, I didn't understand when Taylor Swift came onto the screen why she got booed. She has changed the NFL. She has grown the NFL. Then made a bunch of reasons why the NFL, which is trying to grow, should thank Taylor Swift. One word to describe Saquon Barkley backing T Swift and the Swifties.
It's kind of 2 words, but Santa Claus. Philly fans threw snowballs at Santa Claus. 70% of the fans at the Caesar Dome was Eagle fans. Of course they were going to boo Taylor Swift. It wasn't a red crowd. It was a green crowd. This fans threw snowballs again at Santa Claus.
My one word has to be Swifties. You don't piss off the Swifties. Plus, listen, Barkley's being smart and saying, hey, I'm going to bring them to my side. I just beat their boy. So why piss them off even more? I'm going to get on their side. Maybe they push a little money my way. So I think it's smart.
DG, you just stole my word with smart. But that's the word, smart. Saquon's no dummy. I mean, he went to Penn State, right? They got a good education up there. He knows what he's doing. He's playing to the media. He's playing to the crowd. But again, he has just his personality is just so real. Smart.
I'm going to say classy. He's a classy guy. He will never, ever throw anybody down or get on them. He's a smart guy. He's on top of the world right now. So why would he want to bury this right now? He's trying to put it over a little bit, and I think he's doing the smart things.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said aware. My one word, and you may not find it in a lot of dictionaries, it's get it. Meaning this guy absolutely gets it when it comes to it. Yes, DG, that's a word. It is absolutely a word. Get it. And so he understands what it's all about. So many times, I don't even look at my Twitter anymore as far as mentions. I use it to push out our content because there's so much hate and there's so much nastiness. This guy gets it on every single level. If you didn't see the thing that he did with Michael Strahan before the Super Bowl, go back and find it on YouTube. Even Strahan, who was a Giants legend, said, I can't hate on this guy, even though he went to the Eagles. All right, topic number 3. And this one, I'm going to use the word previously. Knowing you guys exposed. That's the next story. They got exposed. So the AP writers were not told that their votes would be made public. And look at this, gentlemen. So Josh Allen, who won the MVP, well, he won the MVP with the voters. But guess who got voted by the exact same people? First team All-Pro. I ask you the question, how can you be the MVP but not the first team All-Pro quarterback? So, Raphael, one word to these AP voters. Getting exposed.
Confused? Because who cares? So what if he got an MVP and didn't make first team? It doesn't really matter. They still get making millions of dollars. He deserved to get the MVP, Josh Allen, and I think Lamar Jackson deserves to be All-Pro. So it doesn't matter. I'm confused. Who cares?
You can find this word in your dictionary. It's I agree. Yes, it's one word, guys. Just look it up. But I agree with all of this. Like this, the valuable part of the most valuable player. Like he is the most. Josh Allen's the most valuable player on the Buffalo Bills. He's also the most valuable player on any team because if you look at Lamar Jackson, he's great. He's awesome, but he also has Derrick Henry to help him out. Like you don't see a number 2 on that Buffalo team. So I think the most valuable player is actually a right call with Josh Allen. But the All-Pro, the better season overall, was to Lamar, and that's why he was first team All-Pro.
Do hyphens count? Was it non-issue? One word, non-issue. It's hyphenated. That's where we're going. One is valuable. The other is All-Pro. That you got the best guy on the All-Pro team in terms of athletic ability and what he does and how he leads his team versus the most valuable player. If Josh Allen was gone, who is backing? Who's going to help him out in Buffalo there? But in all honesty, Coach, I think that the votes for all of these, for all sports, I think the voters should be exposed. I want to see why and the reasons behind it, what their thought process was. Expose them all.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. The way these guys just split their votes and do this. Who are they appeasing? They're appeasing Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. I agree. I think if you're all pro, you should be the MVP. And that's the end of the story of that.
We have a new segment starting in about 20 minutes, and we probably should have moved this to that segment based off of Raphael's answer, based off of Seabass's answer, based off of DG. What are we doing? A little tease ahead, but my good, these are both quarterbacks, and you can't separate. Well, he's the most valuable player, but not recognize the position that he plays. He's a quarterback, so if he's the most valuable player above all of them, he's got to be the first team All-Pro quarterback. It's got to be. Now, if this was a running back, 2 separate things, okay, I might get that, but they play the exact same position. This is the voters wanting Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson when they see him in the locker room. And you've all been there when they walk away. Lamar, dog, I voted for you, first team All-Pro. Raphael, you've been there. You've been there, but yet you say nobody cares. I care. I care. You don't think people care about this?
No. They care about who's getting the Madden cover. That's it.
That's true. That's true.
You talk about taking another dig, Tommy. I literally just got taken out of the Madden game a month ago, and Seabass wants to throw out Madden.
Forgot about
I mean, it still hurts.
Didn't know. I don't play video games. I didn't know.
Wow. So he didn't even know I was in Madden. That hurts even more, Tommy. 7 years. 7-year relationship out the window.
Wow. Money out of your pocket, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your
I don't even know. What's that?
What was your Madden rating?
I wasn't a player. I was a voice in the game.
They don't give the voices a rating?
It would have been like 53, I think, is what my
That's probably
rating.
too high.
So so let me ask you this. Since nobody cares about this topic and people are going to click, click, click. DG, would you agree that when you see the offense, you know, they have that Thursday night award show, and then you see the offensive player of the year, and it's different than the all pro or the MVP, but yet they're both offensive players. Does that make sense to you?
So it's honestly like you're splitting everything, and it's about wording. Like the offensive player, like stats wise, who had the better season. And so it's like all pro, valuable, like all these differ. My question to you, I'm gonna throw it back to you a little bit, coach,
Okay.
because I know
Okay.
you're passionate about this. If you switch these guys, if you switch Lamar Jackson to the Buffalo and then Josh Allen to Baltimore,
Yeah.
do you think that Josh Allen has as good of a season as Lamar, or a better season?
I think that I think he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson is. I think Lamar uses his legs, but I think this year Josh Allen figured it out. He figured out that you don't have to do all the craziness. So I think he would have been able to take the Ravens farther than what he took the Bills to. I really do. I really do. But we'll never know. We'll never know. Gentlemen, sort of well done. All right, we're halfway home here on Coaching Company, having a great time on a Thursday. By the way, hopefully you guys got all your shopping done because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. It will not be a theme show. I don't do that. I hate Valentine's Day. So, Seabass, you don't even have to worry about it. Still to come, we've got Around the Rink. We got your hockey plays for today. And Big Chuck sent in 2 plays. I'll have them across the bottom of the hour. A little over-under, hoop it up style. It is Coaching Company live right here on Stadium. All right, you OGs and degenerates out there, we continue on here on our YouTube page. Raphael, Super Bowl, all in the books. We saw the ratings, but from a book's perspective, put a bow on did they win or did they lose?
For the last 2 weeks before Super Bowl even kicked off, all I was hearing was Chiefs hangover effect, Chiefs hangover effect. And that it did affect the money coming in the Super Bowl. It was one of the lowest bet Super Bowls in the whole state of in the states of United States. All of them, even Nevada. But then the books cleaned up at the game because all the prop bets that were supposed to go over went under. The game went over when the public was betting under. So they made a huge profit, but money coming in, tickets coming in, people wagering was down almost 15%.
Wow. And DG, part of the parlays, I think it was like 60 or 7%, Raphael, you have to correct me, had Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. And when he didn't touch that, man, they just blew all those out of the water. Oh, Seabass had that. Oh, your thoughts, DG, and then Seabass piggyback.
Yeah, so when I see a lot of everybody on the same thing, but also a juice play like a touchdown, when you have the tush push, like I stay away from that just because it's just so dangerous. And so, yeah, I wasn't caught up in that one completely, but my God, like the books are just mopping up because anytime Saquon does not get in the end zone, like I think it was 2 weeks prior, like they just completely clean house. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean he's been solid getting in the end zone. And in full transparency, I actually didn't give the play. I actually gave that to somebody. One of my servers was begging me for a play for the Super Bowl. I was staying away from the game. I didn't want to bet. I was like, listen. She was like, well, what about a touch? I was like, fine. Hurts, Barkley, and Kelsey. And only one of them got in. I was like, ooh.
Tommy, 20 seconds on the books cleaning up, big boy.
Boy, it's amazing how they clean up all the time, right, guys? It's the same old story all the time. This was the huge Super Bowl, and who cleans up? Everybody in Vegas.
By the way, speaking of cleaning up, the bell-bottom jeans that Kendrick Lamar wore, $1,200, sold out.
Oh,
Sold
my
out.
God.
This dude, I mean, he's gonna. Any company that wants to partner with him, sold out overnight. Amazing. All right, we're halfway home. We're back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, all of you crazies out there, this is Coaching Company. We're halfway home here on Stadium and all of the platforms, social media, YouTube, millions. You can catch us anywhere. We just want you to spend your mornings with us. Now, we do our best bets at the top of the hour, but we have a very, very special individual that likes to focus on anything on the ice. So it's time to go around the rink. Brought to you by Mando at shopmando.com. Mark is back today. Mark, last night you talked about a slow burn. What'd you have? Sweden under 2.5 goals last night?
I sure did. Coach. And yeah, Canada, that one's going to hurt a while. I will not forget.
I feel like we need to have you on F Day after that one. Yeah, an F Day.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
was a letdown.
Oh, that's all right. It happens. I mean, team total, they got to 3 late in the game. What a bad beat. All right, so where are we going today? And explain to the people quickly what this is, because right now they're on a little bit of a break.
Yeah, so we're 4 nations face off. And last night was Canada versus Sweden. Tonight we get the United States versus Finland before we get into a double game. Excuse me, we'll have 2 games on Saturday is the next time around in Montreal. So I am starting this one off with a player shot on goal parlay. We're going to go with Alexander Barkov and Matthew, say it with me, Soupy, Kachuk, both over both over 2 shots on goal. If we learned anything from last night's game, is that these frontline centers, these frontline players are absolutely putting the weight of this tournament on their shoulders and showing up for this intense international match. I love this spot for both of them, Barkov and Kachuk. Both are coming into this game from the NHL regular season, where they're, Barkov is 8 of his last 10 over this. Kachuk is 9 of his last 10. I love this spot for both of them. We are also taking Finland, first period team total under 0.5 goals. Look, the United States goaltending is the tops in this tournament. They're going to have Connor Hellebuck in goal tonight. Hellebuck has been a first period under machine, stopping most NHL teams from scoring in the first period. He hasn't had a defensive front like this in front of him protecting him. I love this spot for the United States to not only get 3 points tonight in this game, but to keep Finland off the scoreboard in the first 20 minutes.
All right, very, very good. You know what I love? I love when Soupy catches strays and he's not even on the show. I absolutely love that. Mark, well freaking done. Let's cash both of those today as well. Mark, you can catch them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, presented by shopmando.com. Use that code EXPLODES and get $5 off. That's the equivalent of 40% off your starter pack. I'm sitting here right now. I've never smelled better. Even down to the grundle. We got you covered. Use that. shopmando.com. I absolutely love that starter pack. Real quick, because Charles wanted to be a part of the show today. He always does. He sent in 2 plays. I'll give them to you right now. Europa League. Now, there's a lot of games today, but this is the same game. AZ Alkmaar and Galatasaray. They're out of Turkey. They're a goal-scoring machine. Both teams are scoring over 2.5. You can put that together. Also, AZ Alkmaar first half team total over a half a goal. He says the Dutch side, Alkmaar, averaged 2 team goals at home. The Turkish Giants, Galatasaray, score an average of 2.6 team goals on the road. So we roll with those 2 plays as well. All right, now. We have 5 NBA games tonight. We always try to change it up, try to be a little bit creative when we're talking about basketball, because it can be mundane. It can be, day after day after day. But today, we're going to do a little over-under hoop it up style. All right, gentlemen, we are going to piggyback again. You see you're on the screen. Raphael, we're going to start with you and go right down to the line. So we're going to start with the Warriors. We already know that Tommy thinks the Rockets will lay the wood tonight against Golden State and Steph Curry. And before last night, Steph Curry, for the first time in years, had 4 straight games of north of 30 points. He had 25 last night in the loss. So are we going to go over or under, Raphael, Steph Curry scoring at least 30 points tonight against the Rockets?
It's a Thursday, and I love unders on Thursday. Give me the under on this one. The total's been dropping, open up at 220. Now it's 218. I think defense is going to be key for Houston on this one. And I think Curry, they played last night, maybe some tired legs. I like his under.
I'm going to piggyback off that as well. I'm going to go under on Steph Curry, the 30 points. He's going to be guarded by Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson is sneaky good just in the league in general. A lot of people don't know about him, but he's coming up. I think he's going to hold Curry under the 30 points tonight.
Coming off back-to-back games, I'm going to take Steph Curry under the 30 points tonight. I just don't see him getting there. Still trying to figure out how to play with Jimmy Butler as well and get that team together. Give him under the 30.
Yeah, I'm taking the under too. Back to back is tough. I watched the game last night and it was crazy. The game was crazy, and I think it's the under tonight. And the Rockets play tough D.
To be clear, this is not his prop number. This is a game that we are playing because you guys bring up a good point. Last night, with 10 seconds to go, they decided to go to Jimmy Butler and not
Mhm.
Steph Curry to tie the game. He had a big turnover, and then they hit 2 free throws and lose by 4. So it's going to be interesting to figure out, guys, where Steve Kerr goes in crunch time. But now you got a guy, because Steph Curry's not known for the one-on-one play. Jimmy Butler is. So I think long term it's going to be really good. But they, as Seabass just said, they got to learn how to play together. All right, topic number 2. Last night, the Kings and the Pelicans, they played and they scored exactly 230 points. Make sure I have that correct. I do. 230 points, 119 to 111. So Raphael, 2 nights in a row, they know the plays, they know the teams. Will this game go over 230 or under 230?
I'm gonna say under back to back. That means Zion's probably not going to play for the Pelicans, and he's been a beast when he's on the court playing. No one's talking about his play; they're talking about how bad the Pelicans. Kellen Moore better not go to this game. He went to last night game. He saw how bad all New Orleans sports have been playing right now. I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I think this is an under as well, just for the simple fact that there's no Zion tonight, more than likely. But I just don't know where the points generate. And if you're Sacramento, you try to put them away early and then just kind of set on it a little bit.
I'm going to go the opposite way and say over. With Zion out, points, whatever. But sometimes what we see in these back to backs, defense will lack a little bit on that second game, and you see a little bit more offense. Guys are going to score. There's going to be possessions in the game. The way these two teams play up and down, I'm going to go for the over.
I'm going to take the under. I agree with DG. With Zion not playing in that game, where are the points coming from? And who do the Sacramento Kings have that can score? I don't even know. They lost to Ron Fox, right? So I just don't get it, man. Under.
Yeah, they lost to Ron Fox. They also lost Darren Fox. It's crazy. They lost both of those guys. By the way, this is the this is the third time. This is, I'm sorry, Tommy. I had to. This is the third time in 4 games that they're playing the Pelicans. And on Saturday, February 8th, last Saturday, they scored 241. Then they had 230 last night. In between that, the Kings played the Mavericks and they went to 257. I'm with Seabass. I'm going to go over tonight because there won't be as much defense. And the Kings are starting to realize if they want any shot at beating anybody, they've got to speed it up. Just like the Jazz have been doing, the Kings have to do the exact same thing. By the way, Raphael, I saw overnight that the Kings have signed former #1 overall pick. Mr. Fultz is back in the game, baby. Back in the game.
They need a point guard or a backup point guard. I understand the move. I don't think he's going to get any shots because Levine, all those guys that Sacramento have on Sabonis down low. He's probably not getting any shots. He's probably just going to, for this later, try to control the court.
Well, he doesn't need any shots because he had the basketball equivalent of the yips when he came out of. I've never seen anything like it. Couldn't shoot. Literally couldn't shoot.
Nope.
It's crazy. All right. Topic number 3. The #1 team in the West is Oklahoma City. They have the best record in all of basketball, 44-9. They will go into the All-Star break with a gigantic lead over your Grizzlies, DG. Right now, it's 8.5. So last night against the Heat, they scored 115 points. My man SGA went for 32. So the question is, Raphael, will the Thunder go over or under the 115 that they scored 24 hours ago?
This is a great number. I wish I could say push, but I'm going to go under because Minnesota still plays really good defense. And I think it's going to be a defensive battle out there in Minnesota. If they play correctly like they did last year, this game will be an under game and they could steal this game. But I just don't know what kind of team I'm going to get out of Minnesota. I'm going to say under.
Yeah, the Thunder last night, they looked a little weird. Like, it's the first time I've seen them kind of look off. They were down by 21 points to the Heat at some point in the game, rally back. It was like a 20-ish 0 run that they went on to actually score up to the 115 points. But just overall, I think the Thunder team with the travel and the back-to-back, I think they go under on this number.
I'm also going to take the over on this one for the same reason. Minnesota coming off a back-to-back game. I think that defense is just going to be a little bit looser tonight than we might have seen last night. Tough game for Minnesota last night against Milwaukee. I'm going to go over 115.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over too with SGA and Anthony Edwards there. Both teams going to be a little tired. The defense may be a little lax. That's why I'm taking the over.
Sorry, I literally had housekeeping banging on my door right now. Do they not understand we're playing hoop it up over under right now? Yeah, come back later. My goodness. I mean, I'm
Maybe he's
even
the
in a
Wi-Fi
villa.
guy.
Oh my God. No, I know, right? How about that? Last night somebody showed up at 10 o'clock and they had my little mini fridge that went out at 10 a.m. yesterday morning. And they brought it at 10 p.m. last night. So way to be all over that customer service. You know what I mean? Good Lord. By the way, to back up this play, Minnesota going back just this month, they have allowed 105, 116, 108, 114, 98, 128, 103. So basically, they never allow over 115. And a reminder, this is not the prop number at DraftKings. We're playing a game. And we're just saying back-to-back nights. Look at it. Same team sometimes not. But there is a reason why teams play differently back-to-back nights. Gentlemen, well freaking done. All right, still to come. As we continue to brand everything, and our production of this show is, let's just be honest, it's next level. It doesn't compare to anything else out there. But we've got a little new segment today that I was kind of manifesting my inner sea bass when I came up with this idea. There are certain let's say topics, guys, out there in the world of sports that just make no sense, that don't fall into any box, that don't fall into any category. And it makes you sit at home as you're watching by yourself and say, what are we doing? Well, guess what? We're bringing that same vibe. We're bringing that same energy right here to Coach and Company. So coming up next, when you spend over $30 million more than you need to, what are you doing? And apparently Conor McGregor, he's got another business. Oh, the sweet love. Oh, no, that's not a mistake. It's Coach Company live on Stadium. Clean. But some people are not. And some things they don't talk about is the funk that you walk around with every single day. So our brand new sponsor is Mando from shopmando.com. And I said, hey, if we're going to have it here on the show, you're going to send it to me so I can try it before we even get it on the show. So here's what we're going to do. I got my starter pack about a week ago, and I've been trying it. I have never smelled better, Vince, than I have in the last week. So here's what the starter pack looks like. You can have your stick of deodorant. You can have your your tube of deodorant, which most places don't have because you normally just put it in the normal places. Not here with Mando, because the doctor who founded it, she's amazing. But she also realized you got funk all over your body. Then you get 2 free items as part of the starter pack. I decided to go with something that I think you would wear. The bourbon leather body wash, or the deodorant wipes. Those are the 2 free items that I chose. And if they use the code EXPLODES, EXPLODES, you get $5 off. That's the equivalent of 40% off your Mando starter pack at shopmando.com. And Vince, one other thing, they threw in the cleansing bar. I haven't even opened it. You can smell it through the box. It's that good. Shopmando.com. Could not be more excited. Your thoughts?
Okay. Let's put the mamby-pamby aside. Gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, listening to this show, it took me 64 years to come up with a cure for the sweaty balls. You know what I'm talking about, gentlemen, and I don't wear any underwear, so it's 3 times as worse. 64 years I'm walking around with the sweaty balls, Coach, and then I get these Mando wipes, bro. These Mando wipes, I go down to the grundle. I use these wipes on the grundle. 72 hours, odor-free. 72 hours, balls smelling like baby powder. 72 hours, gentlemen. Come on, man. If you want the hey nanny, you can't have a stinky grundle down there. Mando is the answer. All right, Coach, let's get down to business.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Coaching Company here on Stadium. Also, many of you, our live number is really crazy today. Watching on our YouTube page, we thank you to all of you as well. If you were just watching on YouTube, then you saw our man Vince Russo, our third show here at BTT, Coach and Bro Show. Tommy, bring a producer man if I can get all four guys. Tommy, you are filling in for me today, correct? On the Coach and Bro Show.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Coach.
All right, you are filling. You are. Yeah, I know my Wi-Fi sucks. You're filling in today on the
Yeah.
Coach and Bro Show. Yes. Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right, that's at 1 p.m. Eastern time on our YouTube page. All right, because producer man has been doing a million different things. I just sprung this on him this morning because I had these topics. So we will get a transition. You know we will. But right now it's a brand new segment, gentlemen, called "What Are We Doing?" As always, we will piggyback from Raphael on down the line. So topic number one, guys. Dalton Connect. He's a rookie out of Tennessee. You may have heard of him. We used to push him to the moon on a different show. He has played over 49 games in L.A. He was part of a trade last week that went south because of a physical, because of the dude from Charlotte. He said he needed some time. Maybe wasn't going to play Raphael a couple. And then J.J. Redick had his back. Dalton Connect, 49 games. He's a rookie, said, quote, L.A. means a lot, end quote. What are we doing? He's a rook.
Exactly. What are we even talking about? A rookie with all this mentions? Who cares? They just signed a 7-footer that got exposed yesterday in Alex Lynn. I mean, yes, the Lakers have won some key games, but man, they're going to be in trouble coming forward because if they don't have a big man, they got exposed and Jackson Hayes got hurt yesterday. This is not going to be a Laker team that's going to make a lot of noise.
So are we piggybacking off of this, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, I was kind of late to it, but my thing with Dalton Connect is he's young, but so what he's being told by his PR people is he needs to kind of lean into the love of LA, and so that's the only thing I'm looking at here because he doesn't care that much about LA. He would care about the team he's with, and so I don't think it's that big of a deal. In all honesty, here.
Coach, my word is soft. Oh, different game. These kids today, they don't know anything. Sir, what do you mean you need time to process? He needs to take a mental health break and not play a few games. I don't understand what he's talking about. And the fact that J.J. Redick would sit there and back him when you have a Laker team that is trying to make the playoffs or get somewhere deep into the playoffs, you need to pull these guys in, get them together and be like, hey, here's where we're going. Exactly. What are you doing?
Dalton, are you kidding me, dude? You're playing in the NBA. You're playing in the NBA. One of the few players that get to play in the NBA, and you're playing in LA. You got to process it? Give me a break with this, dude. Grow some standines and
He did practice once with Charlotte. We should point that out. He did have one whole practice with the
playing
Hornets.
in the NBA.
Yeah,
that's enough said.
Stop.
Those Appalachian Mountains, they're tough.
Hey, as we know, people are clamoring for baseball topics right now, whether it's college or MLB, doesn't matter, clamoring. But this one actually jumped out to me. Alex Bregman, formerly of the Houston Astros, yesterday signs a 3-year, $120 million deal to go to Boston. And you're saying, Coach, why is that a big deal? Well, Raphael, reportedly, the Red Sox are paying him north of $10 million more per year than anybody else even offered him. If you're the Red Sox, what are you doing?
They're swinging for the fences because everyone else is making moves and they didn't. They struck out on Soto. They struck out on Bellinger. They struck out more than they do during games. So they had to do something. I'm just mad. Last time I checked, Houston's in the state of Texas. Houston offered a better contract last year and he turned it down. So if you're in Texas, you're just mad at all your ownership because right now they're striking out as well.
See, I don't see anything wrong with this. And I know, what are we doing? Like, I don't see, like, as a business, this side of things, like, there isn't really that salary cap in the MLB, right? Because the Dodgers are doing whatever they really want. And so, like, if you're the Red Sox, like, what's $10 million? It's to the owner. It's out of his back pocket. Who cares? And so I think you're going to get a guy that's going to be on the hot corner, and he's going to be there for a few years for you. And it actually solidifies your team because the Red Sox have been struggling a little bit and finding that new young talent. I think they're coming up a little bit. You just solidified the hot corner there at third base. And so I think this is a great move, in my opinion.
I just don't think the Red Sox care about money. Ever since they won the World Series, right? They broke the curse of the Bambino. They've been trying to keep up with the Joneses. They want to make sure they're keeping up with the Yankees, keeping up with the Dodgers. They got to spend money. They missed out on a couple big free agents. They didn't want to miss out on one. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. You wanted to get the player you wanted to get. You didn't want him to go anywhere else. Sign him.
Yeah, they're paying him $40 million a year, coach. $40 million. And by the way, DG, they got him at second base because Raphael Devers plays third. I saw the lineup. They're going to put him at second, and he could hit 40 homers. You know what the funny thing about this whole contract is? He has 2 opt-outs in the first year and the second year.
He sure does. And 30 million of it is deferred, like what Shohei is doing out in LA. Unfortunately, we are a live show, and Conor McGregor, we just don't have time to get to you and your new girls group. How will we ever survive? All right, I see somebody in the chat says no recap screen. We got recap picks. Everything's on video. We're just not going to waste time with it right now. We'll put them up on social every single day. But we do have best bets today. It's time to lock it in. A new format here at Coaching Company. Everybody's got their personal. There is your recap screen right there. Take a screen grab. Let's go around 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets, nothing more. Raphael, start us off.
We're going to college basketball. UMKC South Dakota over 157 minus 110. South Dakota is the best team cashing over tickets in the land of college basketball. I'm taking that one. And then in OKC to NBA, give me Chuck Holmgren over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If he plays, hopefully he does. He's going to have a monster game. He's getting more minutes game after game after game. I think he has a monster game tonight.
DG.
I'm going to go Bam Adebayo over 17.5 points at minus 130, 18 plus and 8 straight. Let's make it 9 straight. Then we're going to go Malik Monk under the 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists at minus 105. I said it earlier. He's 0-13 in his career for this number and going over. So we're going to go under on this versus New Orleans tonight.
Love it. Seabass, give me your one.
We're going to take the Blue Hens of Delaware tonight over 31.5 points in the first half. Playing Towson tonight. Delaware can actually score some points. Towson gives up quite a few at home. Delaware's done this in 10 of their 10 times out of 10 in their last 10. 100% Delaware first half over 31.5.
Big Tommy.
I got the Rockets money line minus 120, and I got the Rockets Warriors over at 220.5 minus 110. Houston's got a 2-game winning streak going into this game tonight.
Boom and boom. I got 3 round 1 plays at the Genesis. Be very careful. A lot of rain out there with me. And the course will play longer. That's why I love Tony Finau minus 115 over Sam Burns. Hideki minus 105 over JT. And Sunjay, top 5 finished 3 weeks ago on this course over Tommy Fleetwood. Now, we end every single show by trying to make you a little bit smarter. It's time for Raphael's Inside Info. Today.
We're going to the neighbor of South Dakota. South Dakota cashing over tickets. The neighbor, North Dakota Fighting Hawks, have cashed 10 straight games, have hit the over 10 straight games against Denver. I think the North Dakota Fighting Hawks have no problem scoring against Denver tonight.
One other small nugget. Do you guys know that my senior year of college, I traveled to Colorado Springs to play Colorado College? And I had one of 3 triple doubles of my career. We scored 119 points. We held the leading scorer in all of Division III basketball to a tidy 48. And I was the National Player of the Week that particular week. That's
Division
inside
3.
info, right? What's that?
Division 3.
Yeah, Division 3. There's a lot of different divisions. We played all the divisions. Division 2, NII. It all depended. So yeah. 48. And I guarded him for 24 of the 48. So I was great at and Matt says, who cares, coach? You're watching me, so you will listen to what I talk about. Gentlemen, well done today. Well done today. Producer man, I need that one shot. Thank you very much. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe y'all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. Matt, I love you. Straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man Seabass, Big Tommy, DG, Raphael, and producer man, always making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you. so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day right here, live, only on Stadium. Good luck.